All right. Hart versus Leary, game number 1, best of 7. We're going to open this one on islands. Hart is playing Malay. Leary is playing Koreans. I respect geese for standing on business. I mean, geese will hiss at you for nothing, dude. If you come within 20 feet, they're going to... They'll hiss at you, and it's just like, get out of my face. I have a golf club. Like, you really want to mess with this? Why did you stop snowboarding? Because I don't live in BC anymore. Snowboarding in Ontario sucks. It's all fake snow. Like they have the base layer of snow, but they have snow makers as well. And snowboarding on the fake stuff is just not the same as like 3 feet of powder in BC. And also the hills are so small here, right? You have to wait in the lift line so long. Silver Star, Big White. Silver Star! I'm surprised you know. I used to live in Vernon, so Silver Star was my go-to. Come board in Colorado? I haven't been snowboarding in Colorado. I've been snowboarding in Utah. I went to Park City when I was like 16. Golf courses are land grabs for rich people. Changed my mind. I can't be one guide up, so it's literally not possible. Okay, so who do we prefer, Malay or Koreans? Late game, Navy, probably Koreans. Transition timing, though, is going to be better for Malay. I would suspect Hart is just going to play Hulk again, and we'll see how Leary can deal with that. Leary will probably be more inclined to open galleys. Dude, when I went to Salt Lake City, I flew there alone. It was the first time I've ever like flown alone on a plane. I was 16. I went to go meet my cousins. And it was the very first time that I had ever been pulled away from the main line to go through the security check. And there was literally 6 fucking TSA people searching through all my shit. I was very confused at the time, but then I realized like halfway through that I had an AC/DC t-shirt on where all the band members had like devil horns. It was very satanic. So that may have been the reason. Interesting build from Leary. He's actually 1 fishing ship ahead. So I guess he was a little bit better getting the wood in earlier than Hart was. That was not the last time though. Dude, I have been pulled out of that line so many times, dude. I've had my luggage swabbed with the explosive shit. A lot of times they've searched through all my bags. They've confiscated shit from me. It's just like, what do you see in me? It hasn't happened recently. Like the last 10 years hasn't really happened that much. But before that, especially when I had hair, for some reason they thought I was a threat. I don't know. You look like Agent 47. No, ever since I lost my hair, it hasn't really been happening. When I had hair though, oh baby. Every time I went on a flight, I'd have to factor it in, dude. Gotta factor in an extra 20 minutes for them to search through all my shit. The search is not random. The search is never random, dude. Ask anyone who gets searched a lot. The search is never fucking random. They look at you in the line and they're like, yep, you. Go to the right. What do you think about a tournament that the pros don't use the keyboard, only the mouse? Would be funny. Maybe. Ask Hera. Yeah, does Hera get checked a lot? He'd probably know as well. Like, search is not random, dude. Always? Yeah, it's not random, bro. Anyway. Feudal Age on the way for both. It's faster for Heart. No surprise there with melee. Does he have Loom? He doesn't have Loom. Leary got Loom, right? Or did he queue up and cancel? He actually got Loom. Okay, so it's going to be significantly slower for Leary. He's almost a minute behind to Feudal Age. Still takes a long time, though, because he's gone for the back dock. It takes a long time for Heart to get over here and start fighting these fish. Leary got a beautiful island. It is a very chunky, dunky island, isn't it? You like the chunky ones better. The long, thin ones, all of these woodlines can be ranged in the late game and the golds. But Leary's got some safe areas here. He almost wants to save this woodline for last, to be honest. Why don't the pros push 2 deer at a time? Well, when you're on islands, pushing 2 deer at a time is bad. It's bad, right? Sometimes we see them do it when they need to use their scout for something else. But on islands, it's like you don't want any food just rotting away under the TC. You want the deer to come in perfectly on time. So you actually like delay your deer pushing a little bit. Long and thin ones can also do the work. Sounds like a little bit of copium to me, brother. Hulk's coming out from Heart. He can't afford to go for more of them. And he's gone for 2 Hulks and then he's adding in 2 fishing ships. That is weird. Wonder what the thought process is there for Heart. Have you ever cosplay? No, I've never cosplayed. I guess, I mean, do you count the Red Bull events as cosplay? It's more costumey. He was trying to block this. It looks like Heart's going to get past, though. Yeah. He's on the right line. Try to back boost him. You already know I'm getting there on the perfect line. And Heart's away. And this Hulk comes in from the other side. Leary's already got a Hulk there, though. It'll be Hulk versus Hulk. Forging is coming in faster for Leary. He does save wood on his ships. I think it's 20%, right? Wait. Yeah, 20%. Okay. I read the range soldiers thing. I was like, it's 50? No, it's 20. What do you think the cause stands for in cosplay? Like the cause function on a calculator. All right, so Heart's got some weak Hulks here. Forging is already in for Leary. He'll have checked that, and he can see. He did add those 2 fishing ships. So he does have 8 now versus the 7 from Leary. And he also has extra villagers because of melee. So it's 31 villas for him, 28 villagers for Leary. So if all things remain here, if they remain equal, it's advantage Heart, especially once Forging comes in. We're going to hear a lot of this, guys. We're going to hear a lot of the grappling hooks, a lot of the ding-dings, a lot of the doink-doinks, the dong-dongs. And Heart is bringing these ships back to be repaired. That's actually really nice. We don't see that very often with the Hulks. It's harder to do that in general because the Hulks, the way they do damage isn't like fires where units in front will tank the fire damage. They can shoot over things, so the repair villagers are very vulnerable in general. And Heart manages to take out a couple ships from Leary, but the KD is still 5-4 for Leary. 8 Hulks for Heart, 11 Hulks for Leary. Defender's advantage right now for Heart. He's done a good job repairing. Leary's still got some weak ships in here as they stand ground patrol into each other. Heart should have had the advantage on that fight, I think. Why everyone hates Hulks? I think everyone would hate any unit that is just constantly spammed, right? Old water meta, people would be like, why is it only galleys? Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. I will say galley micro is better than Hulk micro.
It's kinda weird that the high-rise buildings that burned like MF this week did not collapse to the foundation like Building 7 just sowing.
Okay, dude.
Cheers.
Okay, brother. Jesus Christ. That's an acceptable ... Waylander. That's an acceptable ... Castle Age coming in for Leary. Castle Age is already in for Hulk. So all things staying equal, like I said, it's advantage Heart. Did I say Hulk or Heart? It's the same thing. I think I called him Hulk there. I don't know. I'm losing it, bro. I'm losing it. It's these Hulks, man. It's the same thing. That should be a good engagement there for Hart. Yeah, Larry gets a little aggressive. Hart's also sneaking these Hulks in from behind. He's going all the way around the edge of the map. He's going to have to come all the way over here, though. And Leary can still garrison the fish if he notices. Medium warships upgrade is in. Leary wants to take this fight before that upgrade comes in. We could see iron casting coming in shortly for Hart. There it is. Wood upgrade as well. 37 villagers for him. 35 for Hart. Like, this is better. Or sorry, 35 for Leary. This is better for Hart Hulk guy over here. Is it Beery versus Beery? Everything is Beery versus Beery at the end of the day. It's all Beery. It always has been. Leary's on the run. University should be needed from Hart to get the extra speed. We can see these Hulks trying to get the fishing ships back here. Haven't killed any of them. Still only 5 kills total in this game. And it's still 10 seconds away from Castle Age for Leary. And then he has to get the upgrade. This is really bad for Leary. Nice snipes there from Hart. How good are turtle ships now? I don't know. We haven't seen them. Maybe they'll be decent. Probably not, though. Probably not decent against the Hulks. University now. Clinker construction should be the first tech. I mean, Hulks don't benefit from ballistics. And Leary is stuck in the corner with 15 seconds until the upgrade comes in. He's going to tank some hits. Stand ground patrol right in there. Ships are not comparable, though. And what a moment here. What micro from both players. Ding, 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 ding. Leary loses a significant amount of Hulks, and the KD is suddenly 20-6. But Leary is pushing out. He's going to look for the fish. Hart suspects this. That's the standard approach from Leary. He's going to send a few to chase those and a few of these to come back and try and kill the fish from Leary. Res collected, almost 1k ahead for Hart. More Hulks coming out. Iron casting is in for Leary. Clinker construction is in for Hart, so he's got faster ships. He'll find the villager and he'll kill the villager. So he's killed 2 fishing ships and a villager. He's going to kill more over here because Leary's not able to pay attention to everything. Dock goes down from Leary. What do you do in this situation if you're Leary? Take one big fight? And if you lose that, then you GG? I mean, Leary's never really been one to stay in games for a ridiculous amount of time. He is going to win this fight. Most likely, anyway. And Hart will leave. Fishing lines on the way for Hart. It's 27 Hulks versus 20 from Leary. The KD is 33-15. This is a very un-Leary-like KD right here. Nobody appreciates my amazing joke. Now you know how I feel, dude. What a moment. What a fight. Incredible micro here from both players. Stand ground patrol in. Hart snipes another one. The KD just keeps getting worse. And the Hulks are still hunting down the fishing ships. Leary has 5 on food currently. 5 on food. Is that good? Don't think it is. 51 vills versus 43. 8 fishing ships versus 1. 31 Hulks versus 25. The Hulk number is actually cut up a little bit for Leary. Hart's got to start, massing his units in one place. It's hard to judge numbers, especially when they're stacking up the way they do in these fights. This is ridiculous. It is, dude. It's fucking stupid. We need demos back. If we had demos back, it feels like these fights wouldn't be happening the same way. You wouldn't stack up like this. Even if the medium warships upgrade just upgraded the demos, you wouldn't stack like this. That's a good fight for Leary. I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's spiraling out of control. Leary! It's spiraling out of control. It was even numbers coming in. These things snowball quick. And Leary loses his whole navy. Hart still has 24 hulks. Leary tries to go into a war galley. One war galley isn't going to make that big of a difference, to be honest. Someone needs to make a Hulk remix with the dings. Yeah, as a player, you don't really know, right? Unless you, like, have a good sense of how many ships are heading into the fight. If you're stand ground patrolling into each other, like, you have no idea how that's really going. At least we can, like, select and see the numbers. Don't Koreans not get demos, though? I mean, it's not just about Koreans. It's about any civ in general. Koreans still don't get them. Vikings got them back. Or no, Vikings lost them. No, Romans got them. Romans got demos now, right? Yeah. Romans have demos now. Would people still use them if demos were good? I think that's what the devs were afraid of. Which is why they gave demos their own unique upgrade line and whatnot. Leary's still keeping pace on the Hulk numbers. He's got 35 now against 42 from Hart. The eco is definitely better for Hart, though. If we're looking at who's going to click up to Imp first, it's probably going to be him, right? He's had a decent food eco this entire time. Leary's food eco has still been sitting at 5 or 4 on food. So a lot more idle TC time, obviously. Big fight here. That's not a fight Leary wants to take. Riveting. And suddenly Leary went from competitive numbers to now being behind by like 20 hulks. Absolutely riveting. But yeah, like the stand ground patrol in, if demos were decent, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. And even now, it feels like someone could squeeze in the demo upgrade and just try, right? If they're behind and someone's stand ground patrolling into them, just try to sneak one in there. Wouldn't unupgraded demo rafts be good against a massive number of hulks? No, demo rafts are not great against hulks. Alright, so Hart's about to click up. He's stalled out production to do it, though, which means Leary will come back a little bit. Hart's just got to make sure he's only taking good fights here. Nothing too aggressive. Once again, Leary comes into this, and this not a great fight for Leary. He's not counting the units before he takes the fights. This is not good at all for Leary. How could it be? Hart still has a bazillion ships here. Katie is 114 to 72. Imperial Age is on the way. If Leary doesn't resign before Imp, he's definitely going to resign once he sees Imp. Because there's not really a chance for him. More Hulks coming around this way. Looking for some free fights. Stand water? True. Stand water patrol. Is this TC? Is this tournament one TC only? No, you just can't add a second TC here. You add a second TC, you lose almost like instantly. You fall behind in production. Send a 105 to Lyrian DMs? Nah, he knows. GG. Okay, thank fucking Christ. We're done with that. Okay. Cool. Hard up 1-0. Like I said, Hart is a Hulk guy. He only likes the Hulks. He'll mix in some fires, and eventually in the late game, he'll mix in some galleys. But primarily a Hulk dude. Dave is such a hype caster. True, dude. That was some of my best work. That was some of my best work. All right, Nomad is going to be the second map. Leary's a fantastic Nomad player. And he's got Persians. Hart's going to be playing as the Berbers. Berber ships, with the 2 speed upgrades, they get pretty fast. But it's Nomad, right? So the priority is definitely land. I'm sure you could cast that game and beat Brock. I mean, I probably could have, yeah. Dude, I tuned into Power Stream 3 separate times yesterday, and he was on 3 separate runs. How does that happen? He's fucking lucking his way through everything. It's crazy, dude. He's finding the most insane mods. Okay. Nomad. Persians for Leary. Berbers for Hart. Berbers can be okay on Nomad. Persians, I would still consider a better civ here. Get the fishing ships out faster. You have the HP on the docks. You have a faster working TC as well. Hart looking for a good TC spot. He's going to find one over here. There's an elephant nearby. There's some gold. There's some stone. There's some deer. Leary's TC spot. There's some stone over here. There's an elephant on that side. Another one over here. So it's decent. Dock over on this side for Hart, and a dock from this side from Leary. So this is not the landlocked variety of Nomad. I will assume that Hart will be going for many Hulks here. I think that would make sense. Who is this caster, and can we have Dave back? I am Dave. That's me. Sheesh. Jan, thank you for the gifted sub to Sharkfin AoE. Can we have T90 back? No. T90's in a turkey coma currently. Sheesh. Oh my goodness, Sharkfin! Holy cow! Sharkfin got gifted a sub and then gives 30? Oh my goodness. Damn, dude. Thank you so much. Holy cow. You've saved 30 people from ads. That's insane work right there. That's like some superhero shit right there. Thank you so much. That's very generous. If you got gifted a sub today, make sure you thank the gifter. There was plenty of subs coming in. Did he promise that? If someone gifted him a sub, he would give 30? Dang. That's crazy. It's crazy work. All right. So Hart has found the dock from Leary. He's found it. He sees the house. He's going to come over here. Might be able to find the TC. Great scouting from Hart. Leary, as I like to say, is fantastic nomad player. Does all the little things. Although he only had, it looks like, 2 chickens. So he's going to be looking for elephants instead. Can't really justify scouting for the docks yet until he finds at least 1 more elephant. There is one right here, but chickens have such a low line of sight. There's also one over here. I think Hart had like 4 chickens, 5 chickens. There he had 2. And he saved 35% on gifted subs. That is true, yeah. Hart actually might see this elephant before Leary does. He does. Wow. So I think Persians, very consistent. Leary has a decent start right now. But in terms of scouting, Hart is pretty far ahead. Chicken sight is far down the pecking order. Nice. Hilarious as always, Lurs. Hilarious as always. All right, so that elephant is going to be taken away. Does Leary have sight around the elephant? He does. He just can't see it. So he'll see this elephant coming back if he's looking in this direction. And that'll tell him where Hart's base is. He might be as well because he's managing the chickens here. Might have caught sight of this. Please stop DMing me laughing emojis. Everyone whispers going crazy. Okay. Everyone stop harassing Lars. He did find this elephant. That's nice. Should be a decent uptime for Leary. As long as he doesn't lose the villa. It was close! But it's Leary. He's probably not going to do that. The problem for Leary right now is that this gold situation is not great. There's one over here he could go to, maybe, if he walls up. This one's, like, angling towards Heart's base. Heart's golds are... Well, this one's a little bit more secure. It's not great, though. We'll see what Hart wants to play into. Yo, Uncle Veins! Thank you for the 10 gifted as well. Uncle Veins. Unk still got it, dude. Unk still got it. Uncle Veins. Thank you for the 10 gifted, brother. It's very generous. Saving 35% as well is great. You're basically making money. I definitely am. Fishing ship scouting from Leary. He didn't find the dock from Hart, right? He's going to scout a little bit. Maybe he's just looking for fish. He might just be looking for fish. He did. Ooh, he did find the dock.
But keep in mind, does high rises in China chat. It's kinda weird.
Okay, Idafix, stop, dude. Chill. He did see the dock over here. He lost the chicken on this area. So Leary is coming forward. He's going to forward dock this. He's slightly faster to the feudal age. Hart will have the faster ships, though, with Berbers. And Hart definitely wants to play into Hulk, for sure. What's Hart's knowledge of the actual map? Wow, he knows exactly where Leary is. He knows where everything is. Holy cow. Look at this scouting from him. He's basically seen the entire map layout. That's crazy. That's really good work from Hart. Feudal Age coming in for Leary. Hulk is on the way in over here. I don't think Hart knows about the forward dock, though. He's about to discover when his fish are being attacked. And he will go for 2 dock Hulks immediately. No barracks from Hart. Don't think there's a barracks from Leary either, so no land pressure right away. It'll just be Hulks. And Leary adds another dock over here. Leary is still adding fishing ships, too. So he's got 9 fishing ships, 10th one on the way. Very good nomad player, Leary. Extremely good. What's a Hulk? You're about to see. You're about to see a lot of it. Apparently you missed last game. It's only one forward dock from Leary, too. Really tough dock to clear up because of Persians. But 2 versus 1 Hulk production should be advantage Hart. I think the other Hulks will be coming in from the other side. Yeah. Good use of the extra elephant from Hart as well, but Leary's eco is still ahead. I love skirms, but I already hate Hulks. Well. So you love the skirm meta, but you don't like the Hulk meta. Technically, you don't even have to see the Hulks. Yeah. Yeah. There's bats in caves like 1,000 miles away from here that can hear this fight. Melee ship? Yeah, basically. How can he be so ahead in res? Fishing ships. Extra vills from Persians. Right? Persians have a really good start. He's got 10 fish against 6 from Hart. And he hasn't had any idle time on his fish either. Fortune comes in for Hart. He'll work away on the dock. There's no fishing ships here, so the dock can't fire arrows. That will take a very long time to go down, though. And there's 2 Hulks coming in from this side, so Hart's got to be careful with the fish on this end. Doesn't want to lose him for free. I like the forward walls here from Hart, since he knows where Leary is. Leary does know where Hart is as well. And that's... I mean, that's a pretty aggressive goal to be taking if your opponent is right here when you're not walled or anything. Leary X'd! Uh-oh. Leary X'd. MBL, you still here? What are we thinking about this? Doesn't notice these coming in. He did manage to snipe the villager over here. Old habits die hard, right? Leary tried to wall that off as if buildings tank the damage from the Hulks, which they don't do. Similar to the fires. And he lost the villager, but he manages to kill a fishing ship over here. He's going for the market now. Resources looking good for both players. However, it's still 10 protected fishing ships from Leary. Not cool. Yeah, I agree, dude. Totally not cool. 20 seconds faster for Leary to Castle H. What is the play for him? Is it continuation on water? Does he go for a forward TC to protect it with Persians? It's going to be a castle for Hart. It's got 7 on stone already. $12 Hulks for Hart. 17 for Leary. So he really wants to win water here. I love the forward walls from Leary. Is there a hole there? It feels like there's a hole, but this villager is going to go through here, and that will inform Leary that there is indeed a hole. We've consulted with our experts, and they have determined that there is a hole into the base from Leary. Decides not to fight that villager. Doesn't have loom. So that's instantly in the queue. And Hart is going to be like, hey, I might just take a chance on this one. I might just take a chance and come forward, but Leary will know. Surely. Hart will see the villagers mining gold. Oh my god, jackpot. Jackpot. If he can actually get this castle up, jackpot, dude. Castle's going up. Can Leary stop this? No, he can't. He can't stop this. He's going to be pushed off the gold. The TC will be within range. He's going for the siege workshop over here, but that's not going to be in time. However, the Hulks are still hulking over on this side as Hart tries to lock down the fish from Leary as well. He's not going to really find anything. He's running into too many Hulks. And it's War Hulk from Leary. It's just regular Hulk from Hart. Still, good position with the castle. If Leary just had another palisade there, he definitely didn't know there was a hole. If he had another palisade there, oh baby. Hart would have been in trouble. The wood eco is not great for him. He doesn't have enough stone. He doesn't have a lot of gold either. Camel archers are coming out. It's one monk to deal with these camel archers. The food eco is going to die here for Hart, but does he need food? He's got a few villagers on deer. That's fine. Goes for a couple farms. Then wood gold for camel archers. Especially if you still have some hulks somewhere around threatening the fish. Could be good. And Leary lost 9 fishing ships. So Hart actually did find value with his hulks before he lost them. 9 fishing ships going down from Leary is crazy. And this monk will just push these camel archers over to the gold from Leary. Oh, God. Hart's like, jackpot. Absolute jackpot here. Fletching comes in. Camel archers get stronger. Gold is going to be cut off. He can't afford Bodkin yet, but this is more than enough damage for Hart. Especially without full fishing ship numbers from Leary. Really, really solid job. Man, the game would have completely changed if there was another palisade here from Leary. Would have completely changed, right? You gotta get those forward walls up. Especially if your opponent is a civ like Berbers, where they might think about that castle. Good conversion from Leary. Nice job. He deserves this for Xing? True. How many more conversions can Leary get is the question. Can he keep these camel archers away from the gold? Ooh, that's not great for Hart. He tried to dive in there and then he decided it wasn't worth it. Probably better to just kill the monk at the end of the day. He pulled that away a little bit too late. 40 villagers for Hart, 31 for Leary. We still have fishing ships, though, for Leary. And that Persian TC will take a while to go down. We have 2 camel archers as well for Leary. What is Xing? It's when you signal on the map. So signaling in a 1v1 is a little bit of a faux pas. Bodkin arrow on the way. Devotion on the way, too. Leary's gonna try and counter these camel archers with the mangonels and the monks. It's gonna need good micro here. Once Hart gets a big enough mass, he won't really care. Hart's pretty far away from getting bloodlines, though. Or like husbandry. So these camel archers won't be at their best, that's for sure. You really had to snipe the water buffalo there, Hart? That's rude. He was just chilling. Anu, thank you for the prime. Welcome. TC's going down. Another one goes up on this side. 3 mangonels for Leary. Just to defend himself. It's not like they can push the castle. He needs him over here at all times. Still no sanctity for Leary as well. So his monks are quite weak. Persians do not get redemption. They don't get sanctity as well. Oh, I forgot Persians don't get sanctity. I knew Berbers didn't get it. Forgot Persians didn't get it. Wow, Persian monk tech tree is junk. Two of the only civs in the game. I think there's like 4 or 5 in the game that don't get sanctity. And 2 of them here. Matched up against each other. At some point, Hart's going to get aggressive. He's going to dive, and either Leary hits the big shots, or he loses the game. Siege Workshop being repaired. He can't save it, though. 34 vills for Leary. 8 fishing ships. We have 48 vills for Hart, and it's a second town center, but it's right on top of where the camel archers are. Oh, good job here from Leary. To keep those camel archers over there. Hart's going to have to deal with that, unless he can just snipe all the monks. Devotion's going crazy. Only 1 conversion for Leary. And this will be a pretty confident boost here from, or a push here from Hart with these camel archers. Leary does hit a couple shots, but the camel archers feel pretty good against mangonels, especially in the hands of Hart. He's going to feel confident. There are 8 civs without sanctity? Are there? Romans, Persians, Berbers. Pretty sure one of the new civs doesn't get it. Maybe Mongols? Humans, maybe? Bunch of those shaman monks probably don't have it. Hulk's coming in here too, looking for fishing ships, not finding them. So Hart doesn't have any Hulks left. He doesn't have a dock either. And Leary GG's. We don't see it here, but he GG'd. Good job from Hart. Wow. 2 games in a row. He's looking good, guys. And Leary's a phenomenal Nomad player, but as we saw, like, you're missing the 1 layer of wall. The forward wall is a great idea, but you miss the 1 layer. And then the castle goes up. And then you're in trouble. Great job from Hart. Really, really solid. Leary definitely gave him a way to win that game by not completing that. If the castle goes back here, Leary's got a much easier defense. Much, much easier defense. Mongols, Shu, Berbers, Bulgarians, Persians, Tatars, Vikings, Romans. I thought Vikings got it. Loss for the Persians, win for the Berbers. 2 first civs for Leary. Gone. Wonder how Hart feels right now. This is a pretty good start. It is a best of 7. So you got to get the job done, but you only got to win 2 more games, and Leary has historically not been the greatest opponent for Hart. Leary and Hera have been very difficult for him. Where is Hart from? He's from backwards Europe. Hart needs to become #1 for Lewis to be the GOAT. What? No, backwards Europe is Peru. Spell it out. Spell it out. Or I guess it would be... No, it wouldn't be backwards Europe. It would be Peru backwards is Europe. Yeah, the other way around would be bad. The other way around would be... What? At Peru? At Peru? Close enough. It can't be pronounced, yeah. Eperu. Isn't Peru the country getting invaded by the US right now? No, dude. Fucking Jesus Christ. Like 1,000 miles away from that. All right, Water Nomad. Water Nomad. Hart playing Bengalis, Leary playing as Chinese. Interesting. So Hart's going to go for a great TC over here against the edge of the map on a gold. There's also fish around. There's 3 fish that he can take, 3 deep fish immediately if he goes for a dock in this area, which would be very nice. Leary does not TC the gold, so he just TCs a woodline. Couldn't find an optimal spot for the town center. And as we know, that's kind of rough. Hart finds another good spot for a dock here. There's 3 deep fish near that. Now you're going to have to protect the gold somehow. Feels like Hart would be more inclined to go for the Stonewall approach, which we saw from Viper earlier today. We also saw it from Vinch against Hera. I think Hart's been cooking up some strats. He's been working with some other players. I don't know how much prep Leary has done. So Leary might not go for Stonewalls to protect himself all the way around, but I would expect Hart to do something like that. Leary will have a few extra villagers here because of Chinese. Also, excellent vision on the TC. And a bit more pop space as well. I missed demos on the woodline in this map. Yeah. Dude, I'm getting hungry. Now all I can think of as I hear these water buffalo, I just want a big fat steak, dude. Water buffalo steak. Oh, that'd be good. On the grill. Just big chunk of meat. Nobody wants that? Oh, okay. Come to Goa? Yeah, I'm on my way, buddy. Wow, very fast feudal age from Leary. Hart will follow him, though. Pretty close behind. You have the extra fishing ships, right? So Chinese should be great. You don't need to stall at the TC at all. Because you have fish coming, or the food from the fish coming in right away. And you have the extra villagers. So Leary's got an excellent start here with Chinese. You can see he's trying to go for the wall on this angle. I don't know if it's going to be Stonewall, though. Bengali ships in the early game are going to be better than Chinese because they heal over time. But the Chinese late game with the dragon ship on this map could be pretty disgusting. However, we don't usually see it get to imp. Did you know all buffaloes are water buffaloes because they don't have sweat glandules? They need water to control temperature. Buffaloes can't sweat. Okay, cool. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Suck My Meat Backwards. Welcome, Suck My Meat Backwards. Another dock here for Hart. There's plenty of fish in the back here, so he can pull his fishing ships back and try and save them. Leary's going to open Hulk, and guess what Hart's going to open? Hulk. This has been a galley map, dude. This has been galley mass map. And now they're going to make it into Hulk v Hulk again. They're just going to be hulking it out. Damn. Damn, dude. It'll be pretty tough for Leary to push in here. There's the stone walls I was mentioning from Hart. He's going to run away with this Hulk. He actually might go to Leary's base with this. Nah, he's going to come back. Okay. He doesn't know where Leary is, but he can kind of suspect. There's a dock here, a dock here. It's like probably over there or over here somewhere. And the stone walls are coming up. For Leary, might go for a tower to protect this gold if he feels threatened. But it doesn't look like the stone wall approach for him. The Hulks take a lot of damage from the TC. You got to be very careful. They take a lot of damage from TCs and towers. You can see how weak that guy is already, and Hart's just going forward because he's pretty secure at the back. Yeah, you don't want to sneak through there. That's a ton of damage missing. Or a ton of HP missing already from Leary. And Leary's going for palisade walls. Okay. Very tight base here for Leary as he starts to add in the galleys. And galleys are being added in from Hart. One fishing ship goes down from Leary. Hart can't quite get another one. Hulk's coming in. The TC's going to push those away and kill one easily. It's still open over here for Hart. Like, it's not fully walled. I wonder if he thinks it is. He doesn't know. He's scouting. Okay, that's good. Another gold back here. Some wood lines as well. Hulk counters fun and joy. Yes. Yes, it does. All right, let's see if the healing ships matter here. Bengalis, 22 vils. Chinese, 24 vils. Some idle TC time from Leary, though. He might be wanting fletching. That might be why he's idling his TC a little bit here. Trying to get that food in. Did he go for a blacksmith? No. Doesn't have one yet. Hart's just making the blacksmith right now. Hart got a decent engagement there. Snipes a galley. He's going to snipe another one here. But Leary's got a lot of ships. Hart could have also sniped that villager if he was paying attention. Or sorry, Leary could have sniped that vill. Logical Lewis. That's not the Lewis I know. Logical? Thank you for the prime. Okay, 8 ships for Hart, 6 galleys for Leary. And there's the blacksmith for Leary. Fletching is already in for Hart. It's pretty good. 32 seconds of idle TC time for Hart, 39 for Leary. And remember, Chinese didn't really have any idle TC at the beginning of the game, so adjust your expectations. How are those buffaloes not sinking down? What an unrealistic game. I mean, you have a problem with the water buffaloes and not with the villagers? Chinese are the better civ here, right? I think Bengalis are better. Omer, thank you for the 11 months, man.
Banana pudding?
I like most types of pudding. I'm a big pudding guy. Also a big custard guy. I think they're just generally great. Also, just banana flavored things in general are amazing.
Your mom wrote me 2 Halloweens ago. Shut the fuck up or I'll take it to Twitter.
Great, now I want custard, yeah. I want tiramisu. Fires are being added from Hart. So there is a question on when you make that fire transition. We've seen it before. And the Hera versus Viper set was a prime example of how the water has kind of changed. Right? Because in the old water meta, you would never add in fires with your war galleys unless you were significantly behind and they were like pushing your docks. But now you just add them in general, and the fires pop out here. They're only fire galleys. Hart's trying to block this navy from Leary. He's trying to find a good engagement. He's got the fires getting some decent damage from behind. But his galley mass is getting whittled down there by Leary a little bit. And while the fires are very tanky, in Feudal Age, they're not doing a ton of damage. Still enough, though. Still enough to push Leary away. More Hulks coming in from this side. Might be able to snag this villager before the dock is complete, and he will. Fires continue to push the galleys, and the galleys will come back this way. Remember, Hart's ships are healing up over time. So it behooves him to save the weak ones. Like this fire. He is not behoven. Another villager's gonna die. Nice job from Leary. Pushing in here. Dead villager. Hulk's pushing away the fires. And the fishing ships are dying. There's a mill coming up from Hart. Leary's resources looking really solid. He's ahead by 800 res collected. He has really expanded on that Chinese start and all the pressure forward so far. And Leary's about to click up to Castle Age. Ding, ding, ding. Fires now being mixed in. So a mix of galleys, hulks, and fires for Leary. Can Hart get some really good damage in? That's the question. It's still only Palisades for Leary. It's a much more secure base for Hart, that's for sure. He might even be able to deny the market. And that would significantly delay Leary going up to Castle Age. That's actually really nice from Hart. He snipes 2 villagers and he buys himself more time. Do you think the arbitrary pop limit of 200 should be removed? No. Castle Age on the way for Leary. Hart's still not close. He snipes another villager, though. Remember, he's lost 2 villagers of his own. The fires are so difficult to manage if you only have galleys in Feudal Age. How many docks is Hart actually going to have now? It's going to have like 2? How many does he have? 3. It's not a lot. That's for sure. Best of 7? Is this still just testing? No, this is the semifinals. Is Hera vs. Viper done? Yes. Back to AOK, 75 pop. AOK didn't have 75 pop. There was more than that. The campaigns had 75 pop. That's what makes the campaign levels, some of them, more challenging, right? It's the fact you can only get up to 75 population. Title needs to change. I changed the title forever ago. Like 2 hours ago, or an hour and a half ago. Something like that. Title is Leary versus Hart. Semifinals. Don't one-guide me. I can't be one-guide. Castle Age coming in for Hart. Medium warship upgrade on the way for Leary. Hart is going a long way for gold with these villagers. Don't think he fully realizes what's happening over here. Trying to add in some more fire galleys. The army count is even, and the eco count is actually ahead for Hart. So much boat stuff. That's kind of the whole point of the tournament. Tower now coming up for Hart. He's taking a little bit of stone over here. It's a really difficult hold for him. Just trying to mix in some more hulks to deal with the fires. But the war galleys are still behind here from Leary, and this is a good push from Leary. It's still a minute away from Castle Age. Like, this is so tough for Hart. And Leary controls so much of the map. Here he comes. Fire's coming in. War galleys sniping down all the hulks from behind. The tower is doing some good work. And Hart will hold the line for now. But Leary has now gone ahead in villager count. That tower saved his game. I don't know if anything's saving the game at the moment. We'll see. He's trying to make hulks to deal with the fires. The hulks are being sniped down immediately by the war galleys. And Hart is just really struggling, dude. Like, he still has villagers inside the TC. Needs to ungarrison them, get him back on gold. His production is not there. He's now losing his fishing ships. Even Leary's fishing over here. Leary's got presence all over the map, and the GG comes in from Hart. Good win there from Leary. It was fairly even for a while there, but Hart took some not so great fights, and Leary just had a great transition into Castle Age. 2.5 minutes ahead. Let's see if he can make the comeback happen. How is Hart losing to someone 200 elo lower? I know. Shame. Shame. Oh, wait. I didn't even up. There we go. Leary wins Water Nomad. Another one of his home maps. Interesting. Win with Chinese, loss with Bengalis. Cole, Bruno, thank you for the resubs. Didn't know title doesn't auto refresh on Twitch. My bad. Like I said, I can't be one guide, so no problem. We're good. Okay, we go on to migration. Armenians for Hart, Portuguese for Leary. Surely, with Armenians, with the extra arrow, surely Hart will play into Galley here, right? Right, guys? Right? They have the extra arrows? Ten seconds left. Nah? Yeah. I don't think he will either. Maybe he'll mix it up. I mean, Leary does have caravels as Portuguese. Portuguese are very good water civ, also very good on migration. And we saw Leary win with the Portuguese yesterday against Sebastian, right? He tried to go for the caravels, didn't really work out for him, but he got a presence on the land, and despite the fact that Sebastian landed his island and was taking out all of his villagers, he absolutely cleared everything on this middle island. And he had zero water control at the end of the game, but Sebastian still called it. How about paying out Gamba and setting new Gamba? If there's any mods here, they can do that. I'm busy. You cannot expect Gamba. It either happens or it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? You're busy with what? Reading chat. Casting the game. I have to tab out to do Gamba. It's annoying. I have to open up a new window to find it because I can't do it with the chat that I can see because I've got a little windowed chat. So I can't see the full text on the Gamba. I have to open up a new thing to get to it. Are there seriously no mods here? Fuck, I'll do it. Jesus Christ. I need more mods. I can't trust any of you, though. That's the problem. Who will win game 2? Hart won game 2. Game 4. Okay. So Armenians get the extra arrow. They also get boost on their mule cart techs, and mule carts themselves are relatively more efficient. So their water tech tree is amazing, and the eco bonuses lean towards water as well. Usually we would have seen them go into galleys with the extra arrow and everything, but I think Hart's just going to play Hulk. He always plays Hulk. I think he's going to continue to play Hulk. Meanwhile, on the other side, Portuguese saved some gold on all their gold units, which is really nice when you're playing Navy and monks and whatnot. Late game check tree is amazing. They get caravels as well, and they get extra wood from foraging. So 2 really, really solid civs here. In about 30 seconds, can you shout out my buddy Alexis, who just turned on the stream downstairs? There will be a delay from the TV, but she is watching now. Give me a second. Is it 30 seconds left? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alexis! Sup? I got you. At least it wasn't Alexa, dude. I could have done anything. Alexa, call Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, calling Chuck E. Cheese. I could have done something way worse. Did anyone's Alexa activate? I could have done something way worse, dude. Mine did? It did? I have power. I have power, bro. I could have done something way worse, dude. Chuck E. Cheese isn't that bad. Alexa, call contact never again. Nice. People are still using Amazon spyware. I mean, everyone's spying on you anyway. That's funny, dude. That's what you get for being a TV watcher, though. For real. Those heart houses, I like them, dude. They're very efficient. Look at this. He's not wasting space, you know? I would have liked them a little bit more against the edge of the map, but hey. He's here anyway. So nothing's going to happen really in migration here. I think we're just going to see some Hulks being added in as they get to the feudal age, and then click up to castle. They're going to add in a few Hulks. Whether Leary mixes in caravels is kind of the question. I don't believe it's galleys for Hart. I really don't think so. I would love to see it, but I don't think that's the case. Also, when do you add in the transport ship is a good question, right? I think it'll be generally earlier for Armenians because they can get the fortified church set up and start grabbing these relics. It's a nice little thing to get some map control in the middle. Leary also likes to go to the middle quite early, but last time he went to the middle, he transported one villager just to make another dock along the side to make sure his fishing was okay. Remember when you could get those little buttons for individual Amazon products? That is like the peak of, that's just so stupid. That's someone who doesn't understand why people are buying the product in the first place. Do you play also other Pokemon games other than Super Kaizo? No. That's the only one.
Can you zoom out, please? My TV is too big.
I got you. Thank you, Bello. Transport ship is really early for Hart. Really, really early for Hart. Transport ship on the way for Leary too, though. If we look at, like, remember Sebastian didn't go for the transport ship until Imperial Age. And he played Omega Hulk. Like, we think Hart likes Hulks. Sebastian made like 200 Hulks in Castle Age with Koreans. It's crazy. Hart's gonna go over here. 2 villagers. Probably a dock somewhere around that way. And Leary is... Wow. Okay, he's going for a dock. I thought he was making the trip all the way to Hart's base, but... Just another dock over here. They're both angling towards the same side, though. So they both might pressure over on this side. It's interesting to see Leary already taking the shorefish from so far away. It's galleys! Oh my god, it is galleys! Oh my... Unexpected. Unexpected surprise here from Hart. He's playing into galleys as an opening and not Hulks. We'll see if it pays out for him. Armenians do get the extra arrow. They should feel pretty good with galleys. And galleys are still better in mass than a big old mass of Hulks. You just got to make sure you have the numbers. The problem with playing galleys is that Leary can also divide and conquer. He can send some Hulks over to this side. If the galleys are over here. Hart's adding in some Hulks now. So it's 5 galleys and then 4 Hulks behind that. Nice little mix. Forging is on the way. Fletching is already in for Hart. Castle Age is slightly faster for him, and I would expect to see the fortified church coming up relatively soon. How quickly does he notice these? Pretty quick. Get some good damage. Has to be careful, though. Hulks are still on the way. And Leary will begin to add fires to counter the galleys. So this is the way the balance is supposed to work. Galleys counter Hulks. Fires counter galleys. Hulks counter fires. And demos go boom. Unfortunately, we don't have demos go boom. And Hulks kind of counter galleys early. Nice job from Hart, though. Medium warship upgrade on the way. That's going to get in there perfectly fine. Still no fortified church in the center from Hart. It's a university in the middle from Leary. Galley Hulk should be better than Fire Hulk. But Fire Hulk is way easier to use. Much less micro-intensive, especially if you just send the fires in to push back the war galleys, and then your Hulks can deal with the opponent's Hulks, because you're probably outmassing them anyway. No, the entire Hulk line just needs to be nerfed. Just a tiny. I don't think it needs a big nerf. It needs a tiny little nerf. And demos need a buff. And it's possible that the demo buff will nerf the Hulks. So maybe you only need to do one of those things. I don't know. Hulk's coming in from this side. It's really good. It's only a fire over there to defend. Leary's going to lose some fish if he's not careful. Loses that fire immediately. And Hart is still pushing in. Got to be careful with the fires, though. This is what you do when you're playing Hulk Fire, from what I've seen. You send the fires in for the war galleys, and then you clean up the other Hulks with your own Hulks. It didn't work that time, though, because Hart has a decent mass of war Hulks in front. Hulk should die bad to galleys. Well, you can't make them too weak against galleys. Then you'd never see them ever. Or maybe that's what you want right now. That's probably what a lot of you want. As it stands, though, this game is a good example of how it should work. This water balance. And we've seen it. We've seen it a couple times before, right? With a lot more variety here than we would have had in a normal migration game before the change. Warrior Priest coming out, grabbing a relic. Don't know if Hart spotted the stuff from Leary. He sees the house, and he's got the scout here, so should be able to find this. But that is a very nice monastery. It's kind of blocking the way. They should just change the sound of the attack, maybe. If Leary catches up here, he's going to get a really good engagement. You can see that stand ground patrol just absolutely cooking through these war galleys. There's no hulks in front. There's no hulks in front. Oh my goodness. The speed is one of the things I feel like should get nerfed. They're just so much faster. I think Hart killed a Vil there. The War Galley Mass is gone now from Hart. He's got some of them, I guess, over on this side. Valyri will come in. He's going to kill that transport ship, so no more villagers coming to the middle for Hart. He's got the Warrior Priests over here. I think it's only 2 relics still for Hart. Leary's coming out here. He's going to grab this relic. That's a nice snag there. $47 bills for Hart, 44 for Leary, 13 fishing ships for Leary, and 10 fishing ships for Hart. And Ballistics is coming in. Ballistics will help. Ballistics is going to help these galleys for sure. Which civ is better later? It's tough. I think Armenians are maybe better on the water later, but Portuguese are definitely better on the land. I think Portuguese probably, yeah, Portuguese. They're just better on the land, and the land matters more at the end of the day. Crack Eggs, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Armenians don't have an out to caravels. Armenians outrange caravels with the unique tech, with their galleons, which I think is a big deal. Bomber cannons will be a factor. Yes, Armenians do struggle against gunpowder civs. So that was my thought process, saying Portuguese are better here. And also, Imperial Age already on the way for Lear. That's crazy, dude. His uptimes are insane. Little bit of extra idle TZ time for him. He sacrifices some presence on water, but Carrick is going to be very strong here. I was just in my tractor clearing the snow. Can you come clear the snow around my car? I needed you yesterday morning. Our finals today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. That's a great uptime, honestly, from Larry. That's really phenomenal. And this is like the takeaway from this Hart will have is that he should never play Galley again. Do I order pancakes or waffles right now? Waffles, dude. If you're going to get them somewhere, you order waffles. If you're going to make them at home, pancakes, baby. And crepes? I mean, crepes are good. Is French toast a sandwich? No, French toast is... It's more of a soup, to be honest. It kind of depends how it's prepared, but it's basically a soup. You're a soup. Good call. Wow. Hart coming in from both angles. So Leary did kind of sacrifice his water positioning with that imp timing. We've got Atonement in for Leary, so he's going to convert the monk there from Hart. Eco for Hart is looking significantly better than Leary's, but with that imp upgrade, with Carrick now in, Leary might be able to take good fights here against this Navy. And he's just going to stand ground patrol in here. He's going to stack them up. Hopefully watch him die from his perspective. Hart's still doing decent damage, but the Carricks are surviving longer against these war galleys than the Warhawks ever did. And remember, he's got the extra Portuguese HP too, so it's 163 HP on the Carricks. Very, very difficult to deal with if you're Hart. Can he click up soon? Yes. Significantly behind still. Do like the eco though, and I like the fact that Leary only has one villager. From Hart's perspective, it's great. He only has one villager here, right? You kind of delayed the transport ships a little bit. There's another one. All right, so he's got two. Leary's dead? You think Leary's dead? Okay. Food eco is definitely not looking too hot for him. The Imperial time was really good, but Hart is controlling everything, man. Hart is playing so well on these maps. War galleys have worked now that he's got a huge mass. Leary's still trying to make Carricks. Might find some value on this woodline potentially. I would love to see Hart go for another transport ship and get over here somewhere. Diversify the wood lines because there's not really a lot of wood lines here at all. Uh-oh. This could be really bad for Hart. If Leary manages to mass a big navy, I think he's going to have a lot of problems with the wood situation. He goes for a tower to protect these trees. Isn't Caravel great here? You need to mass them, which is the issue. Leary tried to go Caravel yesterday, and it didn't work out for him at all. These guys both kind of have the same problem. They don't really have a great foothold on the land. Leary's got all these buildings, but he only has one villager there. Hart only has this TC, which is kind of shut down on this side, and the monks are still pressuring from over here. He needs to get villagers to the center with a transport ship. I don't know where his transport is right now, though. Hart snipes down some of the monks. He gets 2 of them. He gets 3 of them. He's going to get the warrior priest. He's going to get some of the ships. He's going to kill another dock. Where's the transport? It's here. These guys need to be here right now. We need some more fortified churches. We need some more wood eco. Like, Hart is focusing heavily on water, which is great. But he doesn't have wood. Nice snipe there. Extra Armenian arrow actually coming in clutch. I think that's the only reason he killed that monk before they both got converted. Dude, wood eco. Hart. We need wood. We need more wood eco. What's the wood eco looking like for Leary? It's actually okay. He spent less wood, I think, than Hart has. Killing some villagers now. Killing quite a few villagers. And the heavy warships upgrade is on the way in. So it's 13 Carricks for Leary. 25 soon-to-be Carricks for Hart. Plus the 22 war galleys. And now he's killing even more monks. He's killed a lot of monks behind here, too. Castle now trying to come up for Hart. Conversions are coming in for Leary. It's a lot of conversions. Add that to the eco, baby. He's only got 1 TC here. Add that all to the eco. Damn, dude. That's crazy with that Imperial Age time. That Hart is still in such a good position. Was towers with no fletching or a non-threat? That's right. Leary has no fletching, does he? Dang. Guess when you're going into Hulk, You're focused solely on melee upgrades. The galleons can put in work. And also, once this castle goes up, Hart could maybe get Cilician Fleet. It's 350 wood, 300 gold. He still has no fucking wood. Hart might legitimately lose this game because he refuses to transport his villas over. They're all on stone now. They're just waiting. He has no wood. He's trying to get this castle up. He's still trying to control this area. And the castle is up and he should be fine now. Okay, cool. Leary has nothing on gold. Barely anything, anyway. Hart has barely anything on wood. He's sending the transport ship now. And the villagers are going to make their way over. And when they actually make their way over, assuming they're not stopped by these carracks here from Leary that are being engaged now by Hart, he should be fine. Should be. Alexis, you owe me $5 for backing the wrong horse this game. Okay. Fatoria for Leary. Interesting. Getting a little spicy here. He'll need at least, one more, two more for that to really make a difference here. But I like the idea. Where's the transport? It's over here. One demo for Hart. Huge. Right. Transport is coming over on this side. There's still a villager there for Leary. She's just chilling. She's trying to hide. Siege Workshop now coming up for Leary as well. Dromans could be good for Hart if he can afford them. He's been pretty strapped for wood recently. And now he notices the villager. He's like, hang on a second. How'd she get there? Leary will not have a single dock soon. Not a single dock. And he's losing the villagers back here too. It's double Fatoria for him. Couple Dromans and you can take these out easy peasy. You can also take most of this out too. Leary's just all in monks. All in monks. But he doesn't have really anything to deal with the castle yet because he needs chemistry. Does he have chemistry? No. So he's gonna have to save up everything to get chemistry to try for a push there. But this looks like Hart's game. It's looked like it for a while. Fantastic play in the Castle Age. Another Fatoria? Alright. Leary's gaming. We have casually 21 idle villagers over here. The population says 113, but remember, 60 of that is going to be Fatorias. And now a dock is coming forward. Interesting. And another Fatoria, and he deletes the vills so he can build it. So that's going to be Fatoria number 4. Where are the Dromans from Hart? We need to get... Dude, you get these involved, brother. He's busy. He's trying to micro down the monks. He gets 1. Gets 2. He's going to get 3. He's going to get the final villager. I thought that was a monk there for a second. Resources are coming in pretty good now for Leary. But it's only a matter of time. Surely it's only a matter of time before these Dromans come over and start hitting the Fatorias, right? Surely. Who was it that said Leary tends to call it early? Everyone knows Leary calls it early. That's not a hot take. This is unusual. This is not normally. We need someone to check him PC. This is definitely not normally. All right, Dromans are finally coming over. These Fatorias should be cooked. You get one over here, you get one over here. These are all within range. Castle is up from Heart. Leary's resources are coming in hot and heavy. He's only making monks still, though. And he calls the GG, and Heart is up 3-1, guys. Heart is up 3-1 over Leary. And I thought Leary was going to get that game when he was going up to Imp at such a fast time, and Heart wasn't even close. Heart didn't care about the Imp. Just went more War Galleys, more Carracks, showing us that it can work. Even after losing that first big massive War Galleys, he's just committed to it. It was really nice. That's sick. KD in favor of Heart. Eco in favor of Heart. There he got a little too ahead of himself, maybe going Imp. Migration is a win. So there's 2 home maps left for Heart. We still have Komir for Leary. And Leary is using, guys, Leary's using all of his top civs. Like, he's not holding anything back. And that's actually quite common in his drafts. He's not going to hold anything back. He goes for his top civs right away. Tries to win every single game. Doesn't care about draft strategy as much. Can't hold anything back now anyway. He's got to win all the remaining games. He's got to come all the way back from 3-1. We're going to be on Shoals. It will be Saracens for Heart and Romans for Leary. I'm not going to lie, guys. I like Saracens a lot better here. I like Saracens a lot better on this map than Romans. This is just a really good run from Heart. Like, I think it's a combination of him just being, we all know he's an amazing player execution-wise, but also having an opportunity to come into like a brand new meta, get some really solid practice in, cook up some strats, figure it out on the fly. It's worked out really well for him. I think he's probably put more time in than most of the people with this patch as well. Saracens against Romans on Shoals. Like, I just like Saracens so much better. Gamba, please. Always Gamba, 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 Gamba. Game 5, baby. Gamba to your heart's content. Who is the other finalist? I'll give you one guess. 2 guesses. I'll give you 2 guesses. Someone you'd never expect. Lewis? Okay, dude. Maybe I should have given you more guesses. Don Cabron. All right. Game number 5. Leary playing as Romans, Heart as Saracens. I mean, Romans, good eco, right? They have the extra Pierce Armor on their galleys. They get, with the unique tech, they get the extra attack. Although Leary played Bog Islands yesterday and was Armenians and never got the unique tech once. So I don't I don't know if he's getting ballistas. Really don't. They also have Dromans, but Romans struggle really hard against gunpowder civs. Really hard. And Saracens have bomber cannons, which should be the killer on the side. Saracens also have the market to help their eco out, and they also have faster firing galleys. And they also have a better water tech tree, I think, than the Romans do. So I like them better because this map oftentimes goes late. Guys, what's the pixelated grass? This? You gotta touch it, dude. I know it's unusual, but you have to touch the grass. It's been a while since I've rolled around in a grass field, you know what I mean? Or just like lied down in a nice grassy field. It's a good feeling. Until you start thinking about all the dogs and stuff that have probably peed there. Ticks? If it's cut grass, there's not going to be any ticks there. I'm not rolling around in like wild grassland with like 4-foot tall grass. Then don't think about it. That's actually a good strat. That's a good build. Thanks. All right. So first stock under the... See, this is another example. Like the meta on this map has generally been build the first dock away from the sea tower. You fish, and then you build the second dock here, and when you need to bring your fish back to safety, the sea tower is there to protect. But Leary builds the dock right under the sea tower. Now, it is entirely possible he only wants to make one dock. So maybe that's the purpose behind it. But I think he just hasn't thought about it. He hasn't thought that deeply into it. Hart's gone for the dock over here, and his second dock's going to be over here. Has Hart won against Larry in later stages of tournaments? I don't know. I think their matchup is historically pretty bad. I can check it, though. Hart's matchup against Leary. Leary... Oh, they've only matched up 5 times. Leary is 3-2 against him. Hart won a show match, and then he won a group stage match. Oh, I remember the group stage match in NAC 5. I do remember that one. It didn't mean anything. So he beat him once, but it was like it was a group stage match when it didn't, the result didn't mean anything. So they haven't actually matched up that many times, which is surprising. But generally, Leary has had the upper hand. Show matches don't really count. If you're looking at the competitive side of it, not really. Sometimes they give you an indication of like history between players, but both don't exactly play a lot of tourneys. Say Hart plays more than Leary does, probably. But you'd think they'd match up in more S tiers or whatnot. Where are these villas going? What is the plan from Leary here? I guess he does only want to make one dock, potentially. If he's going to try and forward. Interesting. So this might be why he picked Romans. And if he's really unlucky, Hart will come over here and find him right away with the scout. Also, charge attack on the crocodiles. Gotta be careful with it. There's a lot of crocodiles around here. Leary's trying to send this villager forward, but there's another crocodile. More charge attack. Bang! Oh no, Leary! He walls these off. Scout comes over to help as well. And the villager is moving forward. Hart might spot the barracks with the water buffalo. He did not bring the scout over there. I don't think he's expecting any pressure from this side. It's very clear he's actually not expecting anything from this side. If he sees the barracks with the water buffalo, that's very fortunate for him, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to open galleys. So Leary won't have any safe fish underneath this tower. You can see Hart's going to have some safe fish if Leary comes over with the Hulks. But right now, Leary's kind of focused on land. Hart's trying to wall up on this side. Still hasn't seen any of this stuff. And he's got good scouting, too. And there's no reason to suspect this either, because he found 2 water buffaloes here. Like, odds are Leary would have found those if he sent villagers forward. So there's another reason why Hart shouldn't really suspect anything from this side. We'll see if he can build this stuff on time. Even if he completes this and the palisade, there's still going to be a hole there. There's still going to be a gap back here. Galley's working away on the Hulks. Hart's trying to dodge around this. He may see the deer moving. Nah. Nah. I don't know about that. Dude, one more palisade, brother. One more palisade, and you might be okay. Oh my god. And then a house here or something? Oh my god, he spotted the house with the water buffalo. Oh, just on time. Just on time. Leary was trying to be so sneaky. 3 archers are going to come in, but the walls are already here. Leary will go around this way. Does Hart realize this is happening? Does he realize he spotted the house? I don't think he does. He's busy with the galley micro over here, and Leary's fine losing a few fishing ships if he gets in here with the archers. Hart was fully walled on this side, but Leary sneaks all the way around the back. And this is going to be... Actually, I'm going to switch Hart to red because he's been in red the whole set. I'm sorry. This is going to be brutal for Hart. I knew I was confused about something. Only 2 villagers lost. Good response there. He's trying to get the gate up to block him. He does get it. Separates the scout from the villagers. And gets another gate here. So he's going to charge in with the Vills. Leary does have fletching, but 1 archer already goes down. If Hart wins the water, if he kills the fish from Leary, 3 villagers dying is not that big of a deal. It's really not. And the archers are going to get dealt with by the TC. However, there's still more archers coming in from the side. Swapping to red to switch the blood. Yes. Yes, indeed. Decent massive galleys as well for Hart, and he's got 10 fishing ships versus 5 from Leary. I knew I was confused. I was like, why am I looking at Leary and he's red? I've had Hart and red the whole set. My apologies. Damn, dude. He needs some sort of land unit to deal with this. Hart goes for the house. Leary kills another villager. Good damage from Leary. But simultaneously, really good water control here from Hart. And the fish can't hide near the tower because there's no fish near the tower. But still, Leary only wanted to make 1 dock, so that kind of does make sense, right? He didn't want to spend the wood on a second one. Sorry. Sometimes I get stun locked by things. Sorry. They're both trying to leave. Nice snipes here from Hart again. Trying to take out the fish. Leary still has some hulks, so Hart's got to be careful. But it's only 2 fishing ships, and it's 11 for Hart right now. Resources looking fantastic for both of them, honestly. Leary clicks up to Castle H. Hart's still waiting on that second building, so he needs his blacksmith to go up. Still don't have fletching for the galleys. But they're enough. Castle Age on the way. And can Leary do... Oh my god, they're still walking, eh? Can Leary do anything with this forward pressure? That's the question. He could add in a siege workshop maybe over here. Does he have any villagers still over on this side? No, he lost the vills, right? He doesn't have any other forward villagers, so it's only crossbow potential on this side. That's quite brutal. Stable goes up for Hart. Could be light cav, could be camels. Could be, actually, could be a couple knights to open. We're getting to the point soon for Hart where he can just dive this tower and kill it. When and how Viper can beat Hera? In his sleep? With a stick. That's not good for Leary. Villagers have been spotted immediately. Good scouting from Hart there. And he has the stable up already. He's going to kill a villager. Oh, oh no. Oh, this is so brutal for Leary. Can he save this? Can he save this villager? It's important. It's important. And they don't attack the Vill over top of the palisade walls. The archers managed to save it, but the knights are coming out immediately. Double stable knights to take advantage of the food eco for Hart. Monastery comes out right away. Archers are still here, and crossbow upgrade is on the way, but we already have the armor for the knights. We're going to have 2 of them. And Hart knows that there's a forward there. Also, the archery range is all the way on the other side. All the way on the other side of the map. These are interesting. Is he going forward for a TC? He must be, right? But he doesn't have the stone. It's fine. He's Saracens. He can balance everything he wants to with the market. He needs gold, to be honest. Leary's kind of cutting off this gold over here. He's definitely cutting off this gold as well. So a mining camp over here isn't the worst decision from Hart. Leary can see that. He does have Town Watch. Res collected is somehow ahead for Leary right now. I don't think it'll last that long. It's probably because he's Romans. Oh, he doesn't get the conversion. Oh my goodness. He didn't get that conversion. That's crazy. And the knights will come in. They'll snipe the villager most likely. They'll probably deal with all these crossbows. If he had gotten that conversion, would have been a much better fight for him. And he's completely cleared up on this side. Wow. Unfortunate for Leary. Meanwhile, Fire's pushing back in the center. So we'll need more Carracks here for Hart to deal with this. Also, the sea tower is going to put in some good work. Crossbows are coming over, so Hart needs to back away with these villagers. And he's going to try and go for a TC. Leary can't see that. Leary can't see that. He's hunting the Vills. He's looking for the Vills. He's like, surely they didn't run this direction. Why would they run this direction? He's run this direction. He's hiding from me over there somewhere. And now he has to deal with that stupid thing. He finds it. He finds it. That could be a really big deal. If Leary wants any chance in this game and coming back, he's going to need to deny this, but he's not going to be able to. The crossbows walk back this way. The TC is going to go up. The knights are dealing with the monastery over here. The Mangonel's going for a ride. Ride or die, baby, and it looks like die is the only option here. GG, good luck next. Holy cow, dude. Hart winning 4-1 over Leary is insane. That's a crazy result from Hart, and it was pretty convincing too. Great scouting over here, keeping the scout. He saw the 2 villagers coming forward. He did the right thing with the wall early and then just managed to survive the archer pressure. The galley opening worked out against Leary. He clearly tried something with the Romans. Didn't pan out, but man, what a result for Hart. And Hart's going to go to the finals and face up against Hera. And I said it yesterday. I think Hart is my guy to win the tournament. I still think that. He looks incredibly prepared. He's playing at a very high level right now. That would be a big win for him Because historically, he struggled against Leary and Hera. Sick, dude. Good run from Leary, though. He had a really good set against Sebastian yesterday. I don't think he practiced as much as Hart did, but he still showed up. And we can see Leary's still a phenomenal water player overall.